Are you ready to sell your house and don't want to pay an agent to do it? Would you like to save thousands of dollars on commissions? In this video, I explain how to save thousands when selling by owner. So let's dive into it right now. Step number 1, get your house ready. This is a crucial point when you are in the process of selling your house. One of the first things you need to do is depersonalize your house. Buyers want to be able to imagine themselves living in your home. In order to facilitate that experience, it is best to remove all of your wedding pictures or the pictures of your kids or grandkids and pets. You also will have to analyze each room and determine whether or not you have furniture that can be removed so the area looks spacious or that can be rearranged. A lot of furniture around can make buyers think that their furniture won't fit in that space as well. Make sure the house smells good. Every house has a particular smell. The key is to find out if it is a pleasant or an unpleasant one. Since you are probably very used to the smell of your own home, calling a friend to give you an honest opinion is a good idea. If you have pets, doing a bit of extra cleaning will help you get rid of some odors. The use of air fresheners, essential oils, etc. can also help. There are also some professional cleaning services that can help you eliminate any odors. The next item in your getting ready list is your yard. The first thing people see when they visit your home is your yard. Keeping your yard clean should be on the very top of your to-do list. Things like mowing the lawn, trimming hedges, mulching your flower and tree beds, and raking the leaves will sure provide the best first impression you need to wow all potential buyers. Another important point is to have your house painted in neutral colors. If you have a pink room, it's best to repaint it. The better the house looks, the more attractive offers you will receive. Your house needs to look the best, and to achieve this, a deep clean is absolutely necessary. The blinds and ceiling fans need to be dusted. Floors, bathrooms, and kitchen should be squeaky clean. It will also be a good idea to remove most everything from the kitchen and bathroom countertops. And let's not forget to put the dirty dishes in the dishwasher. Clothes and toys should be put away, and beds need to be made. If the house is empty, a general good cleaning will go a long way. Point number 2, price your house right. Did you notice the houses that recently sold in your neighborhood? Do those houses compare to yours? Do they have the same amount of bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage? Whatever you do, please do not rely on the Zillow value or Zestimate. Don't do it. And you could potentially be pricing your house either low, high, or if you are lucky, just right. But if I were you, I wouldn't leave that to chance. When pricing your home, another aspect you should consider is how soon do you need to sell it. If you are in a pinch and need to sell fast, maybe the best thing to do is to price the house on the lower side. Truly, a real estate agent, which by the way, I'm an agent here in Columbia, South Carolina, can help you price your house, and most do it at no cost to you. If you are curious about how much your house is worth, send me an email or a text. I'll be happy to assist you pricing your house at no cost to you. If you price your house too high, you could turn buyers away before they're even in the front door or run into issues when the appraisal is done. If the buyer is financing the purchase of your home, the bank will require for the house to appraise at or above the listing price. If that's not the case, one of two things will have to happen. Number 1, either you renegotiate the price, or number 2, the buyer will have the option to pay for the appraisal gap, which is not always a possibility for the buyer. So if you want to know how much your house is worth, just send me an email or a text. I'll be happy to do it. Point number 3, fill out the South Carolina forms needed when selling a house. The first one is the property disclosure. Here you need to disclose all the known facts of the house. Please do not try to hide anything, as you can get in serious trouble if you do. You could be sued for doing this. So if there are any defects, repairs, additions, and anything that is not working properly has to be disclosed in this disclosure document. The second document is the lead-based paint disclosure if your house was built prior to 1978. If you don't have those forms, I'll be happy to provide them at no cost to you. Just shoot me an email and I'll reply with the attachments. Now, if you're wondering why I'm doing this, why am I teaching you how to sell your house by owner when I am a real estate agent? Well, selling a home is really hard work. And a lot of for sale by owners find that after having their house on the market for a few weeks, they really do not get a lot of solid offers, even though we are in a seller's market. So you are right now watching this video, learning all these things, and if this happens to you, I hope that you will use me as your listing agent. So let's keep going. Point number 4, get professional pictures taken. Most buyers out there are doing their home search online. That means that the first thing people will be looking for when in the market to buy a house is the pictures. Taking pictures with your phone is probably not the best idea, especially if you do not understand how to use light to bring out the best features of your home. Selling your home requires investment in some areas. Professional pictures is one of them. Believe me when I say this. The better your pics, the more potential buyers will stop by. I can also recommend a great real estate photographer that will not break the bank. Just shoot me an email and I'll provide that information to you. Point number 5. Tell everyone you know you are selling your house. Tell your neighbors, your friends, your relatives, and even your enemies. A lot of times people end up selling their home to individuals they already know. Or maybe some of them know someone interested in buying. You really never know. Now, you also have to make sure that you post the sale of your home on social media, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist. Point number 6. Take care of all of your marketing. Make sure you have flyers available with all the pertinent information on the house. Put a sign on the yard, and most importantly, promote the selling of your home online. This includes all social media you are part of, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, etc. You also need to pay for some online advertisement in order to have the maximum exposure. Point number 7. Pay a local real estate agent to list your house in the MLS. Some brokerages actually offer this option where you can ask for your house to be listed in the multiple listing service for a flat fee. A lot of people are unaware of what Zillow does to for sale by owner properties, but I'm going to show you what they do. When you are looking for homes for sale on Zillow, notice that the very first results are always for homes that have been listed with a real estate agent. In order for you to find all the homes that are for sale by owner, you will have to click the tab called Other Listings. Notice that this automatically reduces your online exposure because not everyone knows to click that tab. However, when a real estate agent places your home for sale in the multiple listing service, not only are you listed on the MLS, but also on sites like Zillow, Remax, Trulia, etc. Let me show you an example. The house located at 112 Wilshire Way in Columbia is now for sale. This house has been listed in the MLS. This is one of my listings. If I do an online search for this particular address, this is what we find. Notice that this house is listed on Zillow, of course, Realtor.com, Remax, Marlboro, etc. I did not go to all of those websites and list this house in each one of them. All I had to do as a real estate agent is push the button that says online, and voila! All of those websites will pick up the listing. Now, this is what you need to do as a for sale by owner. Point number 8, get a Google number. I recommend this step because it is not always great to have your personal number published online. The first thing that will happen is that a lot of real estate agents are in the habit of cold call any and all for sale by owners. Why? Because they want you to list your house with them. So that's one of the first drawbacks of having your number out there. The best part about having a Google number is that it's free. The second best part is that you can filter calls and have your own voicemail set up. In that voicemail, you can indicate the price of the house and provide instructions for showings. You could also mention that you are not interested in listing the house with a real estate agent for now. Setting up a Google number is easy. All you need to do is have a Gmail account. After having a Gmail account, all you have to do is download the Google Voice app and you are ready to hear that phone ring. Point number 9, prepare for showings and open houses. Here are a few tips on this point. When you're showing your home, make sure you turn on all the lights and open all the blinds. Keep the house tidy and clean and put all your valuables away and in a safe if possible. Be prepared with your flyers for potential buyers and have your property disclosure readily available in a binder. When someone asks for a showing, keep in mind that the best answer is always yes. Right now we are in a seller's market. However, inventory is moving very quickly, and if you say no to a showing and postpone it, chances are those buyers will go to the next available house and you may have missed the opportunity to sell quickly due to availability issues. Point number 10, review your offers. Now this is the tricky part. More than likely, buyers will be represented by a real estate agent. If that's the case, then they will present you with an 8-page contract that has 33 items in it. You will need to read and understand what it is that they are offering you and if it is an offer that meets your needs. Here are a few things that you may find in the offer. Contract amount, or the amount of money they are offering for your house, amount of earnest money, and at least 4 contingencies, maybe more. Here are a few things that you may find in the offer. Home inspection contingency. Once you accept an offer and after the earnest money has been deposited into an escrow account, the first thing a buyer needs to do is to order a home inspection. The home inspection has typically a 10-day duration, meaning that the buyer has 10 days to perform a home, termite, roof, HVAC inspection, etc. If the buyer finds any of those inspections unsatisfactory, then the buyer can back out of the contract and get the earnest money back. The buyer could also request for you to make repairs based on the inspection results, at which time you will have to negotiate those repairs. Next is the appraisal contingency. When the buyer is obtaining financing for the purchase of your house, the bank will order an appraisal of your home, which is a valuation of the house in order to make sure the price is comparable to the houses that recently sold in that particular area. If the house appraised for less than the sales price, the buyer can back out of the deal or will try to renegotiate the price with you. In some instances, the buyer is able to cover the appraisal gap, which is the difference between the appraised value and the money offered for the home. If that's the case, then the deal will continue to move forward. The financing contingency is another one. Even if the buyer has been pre-qualified or pre-approved for a home loan, there are many circumstances that will prevent the financing from going through. Like the buyer bought a new vehicle and that considerably affected the debt-to-income ratio and no longer qualifies for the loan. If this happens and the contract includes a financing contingency, then the buyer can back out of the deal without losing the earnest money. Contingency for the sale of the buyer's current home. If the buyer is also selling his or her existing home, a contingency can be put in place in order to protect the buyer from losing the earnest money in case their current home does not sell or the deal falls through. Before you accept any offers, you will have to make sure you understand any contingencies the buyer included in his or her offer. If you do not like any of the contingencies, you could talk to the buyer and see if any of those are negotiable. The less contingencies an offer has, the better for you. Whatever happens, make sure that anything and everything you agree with or the buyer agrees with is in writing, either in the original offer or as an addendum to the contract. Don't ever take anyone at their word. They probably have the honest intention to keep their word. However, circumstances may change and they will come up with all kinds of excuses not to do what they said. At the end of the day, only what's in writing is what will stand. Now, you may not like the point I'm going to tell you next. However, if you do the next thing I'll tell you, the chances of selling your house quickly will grow exponentially. Point number 11. Pay a commission to the buyer's agent, typically 2 to 3%. I know you are wanting to sell your house without paying an agent. I completely understand your point. By paying the buyer's agent, you are bringing more traffic to your house and at the same time you are saving the other 3% you will pay to the listing agent. For instance, if you are selling your house for $300,000, paying a 2% commission will cost you $6,000, or paying a 3% commission will cost you $9,000. So, what's better, paying $9,000 to the buyer's agent or paying $18,000 to your listing agent? Keep in mind that when you sell a house with a listing agent, the total commission is split between the listing and the buyer's brokerage. To continue with the same example, if your house is priced at $300,000 and you use a listing agent that charges 6%, the commission split will look like this. $18,000 is the total commission, the listing broker gets $9,000 and the buyer's broker gets $9,000. The listing broker splits the commission with the listing agent and the buyer's broker splits the commission with the buyer's agent. Point number 12, hire an attorney. Selling your house is not an easy task. It requires time, planning, knowledge, and energy. The best way to take the selling of your house to a happy ending is by hiring a real estate attorney or title company. The attorney or title company will do the title search to make sure a clean title will be provided to the buyer. Now, if you want to learn how to stage your house for sale while living in it, make sure to watch this video where I explain how to do it in 10 simple steps. Leave me a comment with any questions about selling your house by owner, and remember that I post new videos every Wednesday all about living in the Palmetto State. See you next week.